All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Tuesday, March the 11th, 2025, and I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
And doing it again, bringing us some stories.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What about Gene Hackman? Isn't that horrible?
It's horrible.
One of the best actors of all time, in my opinion, played in some of the best movies. And dementia is such a bad thing, and we know that from personal experience. And I don't know. I
can't imagine his last days. Just
I think that he didn't know.
Right.
That's the main thing. That's the only solace you can take from that. But when she died and he died, just alone. And I mean, like Dr. Biden said, maybe he could eat some bread or something, but whatever. I don't know. And nobody checks on it. I think they said the house is like 7,000 square feet. And then maybe they were just reclusive because of his condition or something.
Well, that's what I had read, is they were reclusive, but I also read that she spoke to someone at least once a day. And then to go, 9 days without being reached out to by, I could see neighbors, because, if you're recluse, you're not in and out of your house all day and activity and stuff like that. But friends and family, I'm not throwing shame on family dynamics, are very strange.
Yeah, they are. We know that too.
Everybody has their own thing. And so we can't victim blame either, because they're hurting from the loss. No, I'm saying that for me to say what I was saying is like, I don't know how someone could not reach out, but I do because I see it. So
yeah. It's crazy, but I don't know. Check on your peeps if you can, So that's just a sad, bizarre situation. At least they weren't murdered or something, if you take any kind of solace in anything. But I don't know.
Well, with the disease that they say that she had, I wonder how much pain she was in.
I don't know. I don't know why. At least the one we know has 24-hour care in their home. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's get down some true crime time for Taco Tuesday. And I had smoked injected Creole garlic butter and hot sauce leftover turkey tacos last night. Why are you laughing? It was good. I enjoyed them.
Because you love your some tacos, and I pulled out some meat just now to cook for dinner tonight, and I didn't realize that it was one of the bags that, because you cook so much and then we bag some of it and I pull it out for those nights, that whatever. I thought I was pulling out raw meat to cook, and as it defrosted, it's more taco meat. It's pork. It's like smoked pork, but it's still, tacos again.
There you go. You got to have them. So give us some true crime time.
Well, I'm going to start us off in, I believe it's Colorado, in Douglas County.
All right.
7 years ago, a boy was abducted from Georgia.
Georgia. The
state of Georgia. But he's been found.
Okay.
Now, the circumstances under which he was found is, you never know what you're going to, like you always say, it's the greatest show on earth.
What are you talking about? Law enforcement?
Law enforcement is the greatest show on earth. It is never the same day twice. You don't know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to find when you report to a scene and things like that, right?
Yep.
So Abdul Aziz Khan, who is now 14, was found in Colorado on February 23rd by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office.
All right.
They announced that they found him on March 5th. But according to the Sheriff's Office, deputies were called to a home on Kellywood Way in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, to investigate a burglary in progress around 3:27 p.m.
Okay.
A home owner monitoring his security cameras for a house that he had for sale noticed some suspicious activity and immediately called the sheriff's office.
All right.
Deputies soon arrived and encountered 2 children in a vehicle in the driveway. Soon after, a female and a male who were there and later identified as Abdul's mother, which Abdul's mother's name is Rabia Khalid.
I assume Abdul's the kid that went missing. Is Abdul the kid that went missing?
And yes, Abdul is the kid that went missing. Okay. Yes. And Elliot Blake Bourgeois came out of the home and claimed to be associated with a realtor. So his mom is in.
Got
okay.
it.
The sheriff's office began to uncover inconsistencies with the suspect's story. So deputies say that they worked tirelessly to verify the identities of everyone involved, and they just knew something wasn't right, and they were following their gut, and they investigated further. They just didn't take it at face value and take the easy way out and move on. They dug and dug and dug for 5 hours so they could.
They felt like they're full of bullshit, and if something came up missing or whatever, they didn't have a victim there to say, hey, my TV's gone or whatever it may be. So they're at least could document who they were if they have to go get them later on.
Right. So deputies eventually discovered that Khalid, who is 40, was wanted for kidnapping the boy who was then 7 in Atlanta on November 27th of 2017. And Khalid took Abdul when it appeared the father was going to take full custody of the child.
Yeah.
So she is now facing several charges, including conspiracy to kidnap, forgery, identity theft, trespassing, and Bourgeois, the guy with hers, he's 42. He's facing 14 charges, of course, including kidnapping, forgery, identity theft, providing false information to authorities, and trespassing. And both children were taken into protective custody, and authorities, would not comment on the identity of the second child. Abdul's family said, we are overwhelmed with joy that he's finally been found, and we want to thank everyone for their support over the past 7 years.
That's cool.
Isn't that crazy?
It's cool they found him, and like little Wesley is still missing from East Louisiana Parish, and I know his mama sold him, but he was so young, there's no way. Yeah. But the Bourgeois, I bet guarantee that dude's got some roots in South Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's a strong Cajun.
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
I know.
Wisconsin just left last week. The second group of Wisconsinites, if you will, that came in, a bunch of good guys, and that helped eradicate the hog population a little bit more. And it was a great trip, great times. And most of them are from around the Tomah, Wisconsin area,
right,
which is close to Madison and La Crosse and all that. Well, that's where we're going. It's Wisconsin. It's one of your favorite stories. And so in Wisconsin, 7 kids were found in deplorable conditions in an apartment after a week of being in there. And it was filled with feces and urine. Nice, right? So, and they said inside the apartment, there were reports of garbage cans overflowing, broken toilets, feces, and urine piling up. And 7 children were found left alone in the Wisconsin apartment for a week after police received reports of them being unsupervised. And then this is in Madison, which is a pretty cool town. So the Madison Police Department Public Information Officer, Stephanie Fryer, said police were called to the Madison apartment complex on Mifflin Street on February 28th after they got a tip from Child Protective Services They said our team was contacted by CPS, and some people living in that building called and said, hey, it seems like the kids have been left alone for a while. And she went on to say that the children ranged in ages from 2 to 13. Now, you think the 13-year-old might tell somebody, but who knows, right? And police described the apartment conditions they found the kids in as deplorable. And they said in this case, there were reports of garbage cans overflowing, broken toilets, and feces and urine piling up, and just clothes thrown all over. Fryer went on to explain that a neighbor had been dropping off food for the children outside the apartment door. Mm-hmm. Like my mama feeding a stray dog down the street in the country, right? Said, well, CPS took the kids naturally, and they gave them to a family friend. Mm-hmm. They always check them out. They don't just,
just pass them on to the next dirt bag.
Right. No, or they don't want to really stick them in a foster home unless they have to. Mm-hmm. So, and authorities said the children's mom was located in Illinois. She has since returned to Wisconsin and is in touch with the Madison Police Department. Their identities haven't been disclosed. And I believe this is going to change, but they said no arrests or charges have been made. But both the MPD and the Dane County Child Protective Services did not, answer any questions about it. Isn't it crazy?
How is there's no charges?
Well, I'm just sure they're going to take a minute. They're building the case. It's not like they're just going to say, oh, you were gone. I don't know. I mean, in Louisiana, 13 kid can stay home alone, but not with all the other kids, I wouldn't think. Can you guess how many times you've probably tried the latest diet craze? It's like, I used to do Weight Watchers back in the day, counting the points. And the more you yo-yo diet, the more stubborn your fat gets, and then you're stuck like Chuck again. It's not about willpower. You've willed yourself through enough brutal diets and workouts. It's probably genetics, and doctors at Sono Bello can help determine if your body's problem areas are genetic. Wherever you have stubborn, diet-resistant fat and inches, Sono Bello's micro laser fat removal technology removes it for good in one comfortable visit. Those stubborn inches around your tummy are gone. Muffin tops, side fat, gone. Even saggy loose skin, gone. Permanently. All that's left are the beautiful natural curves you've been hoping to get. Warm weather is almost here. Now is the perfect time to visit Sono Bello and get your goal body in time for swimsuit season. Micro laser fat removal is the permanent solution, and Sono Bello doctors are the experts. Schedule your free consultation now and you'll get their best offer of the season. sonobello.com/RLRC. That's SONOBELLO.com/RLRC. March is Sleep Awareness Month. The perfect time for you to think about the quality of your sleep and how the mattress you choose can make all the difference. Avocado Green Mattress is committed to providing mattresses that not only help you sleep better, but also are healthier for you and the planet. Did you know that with the right mattress, you can improve your sleep quality by up to 50%? If you're not waking up refreshed and ready to tackle the day, it might be time to consider Avocado and their sleep-enhancing design. Cyndi and I love Avocado for so many reasons. Not only are the materials organic and free of chemical and toxins, Avocado mattresses promote better sleep through breathable, naturally temperature-regulated materials, which is so important to our sleep right now. Did I mention there is a mattress to fit your needs too? Avocado offers gentle to firm to plush mattress comfort and support. Take their quiz to find out which mattress and comfort option is right for you. Avocado stands by their products too. They offer easy financing options with a firm, sleep trials up to 1 year, and options to try before you buy. Head to avocadomattress.com today and save up to 10% on certified organic mattresses. Dream of better. I don't know.
That's just so sad.
It's sad because those kids it's not their fault,
No. And then, the 13-year-old, when I was 13, I was out and about, I guess if I was in charge of when I was in charge of my siblings, I wasn't out and about, but shoot,
Absolutely, right?
I don't know. Goodness. We will see an arrest in that, I'm sure.
Yep.
You have to.
At least they're safe and getting fed.
Well, I guess on the same theme, we're gonna talk about a toddler dying after 43 hours without food in Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
Starving to death.
Literally.
That is horrible.
You can't. I mean, what? So a mother in Missouri has been arrested after her 1-year-old child died after not being fed for almost 2 days.
Nice.
So on Tuesday, March 4th, Alyssa Y. Womeyer, 21 years old, of Cape Girardeau, was formally charged with 1 count of abuse or neglect of a child resulting in death.
Yep.
The arrest came the day after the Cape Girardeau Police Department requested that the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Division of Drug and Crime investigate a suspicious death of a toddler. And during the investigation, it was determined the child suffered from severe malnutrition and neglect, and which of course resulted in the child's death. Mm-hmm. On March 3rd, 2025, Waymeyer was taken into custody by members of the Missouri State Highway Patrol and transported to Scott County Jail. Per a warrant for arrest document, the suspect is accused of not feeding the 1-year-old for approximately 43 hours. A probable cause affidavit confirmed an autopsy had been conducted. At the conclusion, it was determined that the possible cause of death was dehydration.
Yeah.
It stated very little evidence of food was found in the child's stomach. The mother reportedly told authorities that the child had last eaten on February 26th, around 5 or 6 p.m. Mm. She also mentioned that she put them to bed the following night around 6:30 p.m. after changing their diaper.
Nothing to eat.
By then, it had been approximately 24 hours since the child had eaten.
In what world do you think, as a mom or any other type of human being, that bitch went 24 hours without eating? She didn't have the hangries, right?
No, she was eating.
Yeah, she didn't miss a meal.
Sorry. I mean, this is disgusting. So on February 28th, around 2 a.m., the child woke up crying, and the mother held them for around 30 to 40 minutes before lying them back down in bed.
She's full of shit.
At around 1 p.m. the next day, she went to check on the child and noticed that the lips were blue and they weren't breathing.
She's full of shit.
It had been nearly 19 hours since the child's diaper had been changed, and they had severe blisters on their buttocks from a diaper rash. It was determined that the child had been left unattended in the crib for almost 19 hours, of course. The mother blamed the lack of diaper changing on the fact that she had a migraine.
Oh, that's going to go real well.
She had taken 3 Excedrin and took a nap.
Yep, can't afford to feed the kids, but you need Excedrin.
She said she hadn't sought medical treatment regarding the child's malnutrition or severe diaper rash. And she's been held on a $100,000 bond. And
nice.
She is.
Nice.
How do you, those blisters, you know this, blisters don't just develop after 19 hours. I mean,
they're going to bring in experts that are going to show, and she's just given, you got 2 dead kids in the house. She's given her version of events to minimize her involvement, right? And what you want them to do, you want them to say something and not just lawyer the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
this makes your
just
case
talk yourself in a hole
100 times harder. You let them say whatever they want to say, and then you go disprove it. Right?
I can see you sitting there talking. I know you were tired.
Absolutely.
I know it's hard being a mama.
Your head was hurting so bad, and I get it. Why you left them in there, and you said it's been 24 hours since you changed the diaper, and 40 something since you fed them. What was the last thing you fed them?
Yeah. Oh, I can see.
When you changed your diaper, what was in the diaper?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's full of shit. So fuck her, fuck the bad people, and that's fucked up family. But it's time for worldwide crime. So So we're going across the pond to the UK, and actually inside a UK prison where Rebecca Holloway was serving a 12.5-year sentence. Was being the key word. You know why?
She got killed.
She'd be dead. And that is according to the UK prison service. She be dead. Guess what she was serving a 12-year sentence for?
Molestation.
Pretty close. Yeah, pretty much, I guess. She was a convicted child rapist who was serving a 12.5-year sentence. Now, she was 31 years old. So, and she's found dead AF at the HM, I guess Her Majesty's Prison Law Denton in Durham, England. And her death date was listed as February 13th on the Prison and Probation Ombudsman site, whatever that is, with the investigation status listed as in progress. Well, let me tell you how I'll get there in 1 second. So the HM Prison Law Newton didn't respond for a request for comment, but a statement from the prison service says HMP/YOI Law Newton prisoner Rebecca Holloway died on February 13th. As with all deaths in custody, they're going to be investigated, right? So police in Durham told The Sun, one of those British tabloids, that investigators did not believe there was any foul play in her death.
No.
Right? Police and
justice.
They were alerted. Well, even if it comes by herself, it's still justice. So police were, that's better than 12.5 years. Police were alerted to the discovery of the 31-year-old woman who was hanging. Right? And they said the death is not being treated as suspicious and the file is being prepared for the coroner. Now, here's why she got to prison.
Okay.
She had an accomplice named Oliver Wilson, whom she met on a dating app. Right? And they went to trial in 2020 where they admitted to 2 offenses of rape of a child and conspiracy to sexually assault a child under 13. Now, Holloway also admitted to making and distributing indecent images of children, while Wilson also admitted to rape, assault by penetration, and making indecent photos of the kids. Now, she got 12.5. Wilson, for his part, he got 30 years in prison, which is not enough. But I'm sure they pled him out, right?
Right.
And according to the Daily Mail, prosecutors said that during the trial, that the couple was caught after investigators became aware of Wilson in August of 2017, so 3 years before trial.
Yeah.
When the Lincolnshire police found him attempting to purchase, this is fucking bizarre, used children's underwear on eBay. Now, you would fucking think eBay would have a filter about dirty kids' underwear being sold.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, who in the fuck would even go there?
How do you label that? How do you?
You want to buy my kids' dirty panties? My little girl's dirty panties?
But like you said, eBay, you would think would have some sort of.
Somebody should have reported that. Well, maybe they did, and that's why
that's how they were found.
And this dude's like in their backyard, like, ooh, I need me some of those, right?
Well, yeah.
So after they found him trying to buy dirty kids' underwear, Wilson's home was raided, and police found evidence including children's clothing and a photo of a child on his phone. And investigators also found that he and Holloway had been exchanging messages about abusing children, right?
My gosh.
We got to talk about it. You be at work doing whatever, and I'm at work doing whatever. Let's just talk about it. Let's exchange some messages about who we're going to rape next.
Yeah, but you always call that when we're planning a trip, getting mileage out of it. That's what they were doing.
Definitely getting mileage out of it. So the cops, after they found Holloway on the phone, right, they go and search her home, which was located 60 miles away from Wilson's, and so shocker, they found pictures of children. So investigators later found that they had sexually abused a young girl and a boy had been left with a sexual injury. Yeah. So a lawyer for Holloway had argued during her trial that she had also been abused and was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and had also lost a baby to sudden infant death syndrome, whatever. During her sentencing, the judge told Holloway that she had been encouraging Wilson when he was sexually abusing the girl, and you played your part in the vile sexual acts to which she was subjected. I mean, she was filming it.
It's just,
right?
I mean,
And then cheering him on.
no.
He said, I wish I could do a British accent. You derived perverted sexual pleasure from what he was doing. You were a willing, even enthusiastic participant in what happened. The full extent of the long-term impact of what you two did to the girl may never be known, but it is clear that it has had a profound effect upon her. These are matters that she will have to live with. So anyway, while in custody, the enormity of what she has done has dawned on her. Her character is now stained in the worst possible way forever. That's according to her lawyer. Police are still investigating Holloway's death, and her next of kin have been informed. Well, knock, 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 devil. Here comes another one for the fires of hell.
Yeah.
Fucking, you just don't know, bro. Yeah, you just don't fucking know.
No.
Sick fucks. So there you have it. Across the pond. At least she'd be dead.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I will never understand someone being abused and feeling that pain and then going and inflicting it on someone else.
Oh, I know some people do it, but the majority don't.
Right.
That's not a fucking excuse.
That's what why would you want to inflict that pain on someone else? How does it make you? I don't.
Well, because she got off on it.
Well, we're going to stay in England.
All right. Still across. It's time for worldwide crime.
So we're in Kendal, England. A 10-year-old girl has died after a car drove through a fence and onto a soccer field during a training game.
Okay.
So on Wednesday, March 5th, officers responded to a collision involving a black BMW i4 and two children on a sports pitch. I had to look up what a pitch was, and it's basically just a field, like a rugby field.
Right.
Around 4:58 p.m. local time. And they were at the Kendal Rugby Union Football Club on Shap Road. The police confirmed that a 10-year-old was killed while the second child, which was an 8-year-old girl, was taken to the hospital where she's been treating for not life-threatening injuries. Authorities arrested a 40-year-old man from Lancaster on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving, and the man remains in custody. Police also said that there is no indication to suggest that the incident was deliberate. Investigative inquiries are continuing to establish the full circumstances of the incident and to inform a future coronial process. And then a multi-agency response will continue today to support people affected by the incident. But a witness said it all happened very fast. We all just got on the pitch and a car came through the barriers at the top and then landed on the pitch. It was sheer panic. The children were obviously scared, but the coaches dealt with it really, really well. He added that the staff took the children away from the crash site off the field, and last night there was a lot of families here that pulled together to give support to the mom and dad and the friends of the little girl. And on Wednesday, the Kendal Rugby Union Football Club's chairman, Dr. Stephen Green, released a statement following the crash. And he said, "We are deeply saddened to confirm that an incident occurred today at the Kendal Rugby Club, resulting in the tragic loss of a child's life. Our thoughts are with their family and friends, and we kindly ask for privacy for all involved at this difficult time. We are cooperating fully with the authorities as they conduct their investigation. And, of course, the club and the facilities are closed while that investigation's carried out.
Imagine all the years spent on the baseball field and all that. A car comes flying through and kills one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I guess you never know when you're going to go. And I hate it for the kid and for the family.
Yeah.
You know, it's just stupid. We all know I love me some tacos. They're great every night of the week, not just Taco Tuesday. But Cyndi really wants me to eat healthier this year, and Factor chef-made gourmet meals have made eating well easy. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for my busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goal. Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, Factor has it all figured out. My favorite meal has been the jalapeno sweet corn polenta and chicken. Imagine a whole chicken breast marinated in lemon juice, garlic, and smoked paprika, grilled until juicy and topped with a zesty salsa verde. It's served over a creamy Parmesan polenta loaded with diced jalapenos, corn, mozzarella, and scallions. Bell peppers, red onions, and cauliflower are served on the side with fajita spiced butter. It was delicious and nutritious. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use Factor Podcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? I know Cyndi was, and if you're a woman, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living rent-free in our environment right now, found in our food, water, and even in our skincare products. These disruptors can wreak havoc on our hormones. Believe me, before Hormone Harmony, I watched Cyndi suffer. Not anymore. Hormone Harmony's formula, made only with herbal ingredients, have reduced Cyndi's hormonal symptoms, and it helps women of all ages. Then there are the natural hormonal changes our bodies face, such as menopause. While these processes are part of life, they don't have to be uncomfortable. The good news is that you don't have to suffer through it any longer. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts known as adaptogens, designed to help the body cope with stressors, including those chaotic hormonal fluctuations that can disrupt your daily life. Whether it's PMS symptoms like irritability and cravings, or menopause symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats, Hormone Harmony can help with it all. Happy Mammoth, the creator of Hormone Harmony, is dedicated to improving women's lives by using only high-quality, science-backed ingredients. They make no compromises on quality, ensuring that you receive the best support possible. This isn't just a supplement. It has become a phenomenon. Women are talking about it everywhere, with a bottle of Hormone Harmony sold every 24 seconds. And the most important benefit, women express feeling like themselves again. A sentiment echoed in over 30,000 positive reviews. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com. Don't forget to use the code RLRC for 15% off today. Go to... It's time for Family Matters. All right, we're going back to Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
Right?
We're just boomeranging today.
Double up on Wisconsin. So, you know, doing the State versus Scott Peterson scorched, right? Because everything that was so messed up, but that dude's definitely messed up and thought he was going to get away with it. And then again, the prosecution definitely messed up, and it's just all kinds of bullshit. The detectives messed up, and it's very, very, very scorched. And I never really followed it, especially back in the day. But the one I did follow way back in the day, because when CNN was only CNN, there was no Fox News and all that shit, was the Menendez brothers. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about that before. Mm-hmm. And I think there are a couple punk ass rich bitches who, you know, planned and executed the shit, whether they were molested or not. They blew their daddy in half and shot their mama and went out and reloaded, came back and killed him again. Well, then they made that Netflix series. So now they're back in the news, and then the Innocence Project from LA, because of this high profile case, it says they're going to, try to get him out, and they're still debating on whether or not they're going to release him. But the problem with all this fucking publicity, and I don't think it's a problem with Scott Peterson case, because it's a little bit different, right? The problem with the Menendez brothers is what?
Copycats.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to Wisconsin, and let me tell you what happened. In Wisconsin, a teenager is being charged as an adult in a homicide case that he says was inspired by watching the Menendez brothers documentary, right? Look at this winner.
Nice.
So he stabbed his mom to death in a killing that he says was absolutely inspired by the Netflix documentary, The Menendez Brothers. And this is the court documents obtained by the local outlets in Wisconsin, the WISN, and then the Milwaukee Journal, Sentinel, and Fox 6. But he's 15 years old. Reed R. Galinsky, and they properly charged him with first degree intentional homicide for the death of his mom, who they're not giving her name out. They're just calling her SG. And this is in Racine County. Happened on March the 6th. So the criminal complaint says that Galinsky was arrested on Tuesday, March the 4th, and police were called to the teen's home in Caledonia, which is located out of Racine, at around 10:30 p.m. after a witness reported that she had received a Snapchat message from Galinsky, the kid, that contained a photo of a woman lying on her back, surrounded by blood. I mean, I imagine it's another teenager probably, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's banging some neighbor or adult. I don't know. So the cops, thankfully they've reported it, and the cops go to the house and get there, and guess what?
They find a woman with blood all around her.
Before they even do that, they're getting out of the car. Galinsky comes walking outside.
Oh.
And he was holding a kitchen knife. Oh. And he's standing on the front stoop, which I don't know why they call it a stoop, but we call it a steps, right?
Yeah.
But front stoop, and he sees the cops, and he drops the knife. He then made statements for officers to kill him. Just kill me. Just kill me. And he stated, "She is dead, and she is dead from what I did." So officers said they took Galinsky into custody, right? They cuffed him and stuffed him. And while doing so, they observed that his clothing is stained with blood.
Okay.
So now you know that with Snapchat, you got to go inside and see what went down, right? Mm-hmm. And he's saying, I killed her.
Yeah.
So later on, Galinsky made an excited utterance, which is simply a cop's way of saying, I forgot to read this Miranda rights. Then, Christina Constance. And, my husband made me screw his nephew, and right in one breath, he made me suck my 7-year-old's dick. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, stop. Yeah. Read the rights, right? So that's an excited utterance. So he makes an excited utterance stating that he struck his mother over the head with a, wait for it, dumbbell in an attempt to knock her out so he could stab her with the knife. Guess he didn't want her, just to make it crush your skull before I stab you, Mom, so you won't feel it. So per the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, citing the criminal complaint, Galinsky came home from school that day of the day of his mom's murder, and he was depressed and was feeling an urge to kill his parents. That's what he told the detectives. And he told them that he had been taking his brother's anxiety medication for the last month and had taken approximately 9 pills on Tuesday night. Now, that's probably fucking Lexapro or something, right?
Right.
So Galinsky said that he looked for a hammer because he was going to kill his father when he came home from work, but he couldn't find one that was large enough.
Oh, how big do you need?
Exactly. So after dinner, his mom was sitting on the couch, and Galinsky, being the good son he is, he put on a movie, which he said was Netflix's October 2020 1994 documentary, which was the
brothers.
about Lyle and Eric Menendez, who everybody knows were sentenced to life for killing their parents, Jose and Kitty, in 1989. So Galinsky stated, now he's a good little boy, put on Netflix for mama, right? And then he stated that he then developed the plan to kill his parents. And he said it came to him while he watched the shotgun scene. That's where Eric and Lyle, in case y'all forgetting your bleeding heart liberals, you want to let them get out of prison. They blew them to pieces while they were sitting on the couch, right? So the cops say that the 15-year-old hit his mom in the head twice with a dumbbell bar as she was facing away from him because he's a fucking pussy. And then he stabbed her 5 times with a steak knife. Right? And according to the complaint, Galinsky told detectives his mother asked him why.
Yeah.
Right? He hit him twice in the head and that didn't work.
Yeah.
Best laid plans of mice and men. Now I'm going to stab you to death. I didn't want to see your face when you did it. But your mama says, why? And you know what he said? He told the cops this. His answer was pain.
He wanted to cause her pain?
Evidently. He was doing it. And then when he's beating her to death and stabbing her to
obviously,
death,
yeah,
she says, why? And he says, pain. So they said this was an extremely violent but planned offense. It's dangerous in its nature. And that's according to Racine County DA, Patricia Hansen. His original plan was not just for the one victim, but for 2. He's going to kill them both. Now, the 15-year-old's dad has requested to have contact with Galinsky, and a judge approved this.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I bet they better have a cop in the room because I'd be getting an ass whooping. But per WISN, prosecutors charged Galinsky as an adult, and he is currently being held in a juvenile detention center. And his bond said $1 million, but he ain't getting out. But they're going to lock him up. He's 15 years old, lock him up. Juvenile detention centers like the one I worked at, not the Hug Thug program, they are fucking tough. You get your own, it's not even a cell. They have the metal doors with the window that you can see through. It's a cement bunk and a toilet and a shitter. You get nothing else. You get out, they make you go to regular school, which is probably worse for all the fuckers that are in there. Yeah, but it's people that are in there for murder and rape and robbery. It's not bullshit crimes.
Yeah.
And they can't talk. They make them walk in single file lines. It's actually much more stricter than prison is. Yeah. And there's no passing kites and shit up and down the tiers and stuff like that. It just doesn't work like that. Yeah. But anyway, so they'll charge him as an adult and they'll put him in there. And even, I mean, obviously he's already not pled out, but he's already confessed. And I'm sure some defense attorney will try to say, Detective Overton coerced it out of him. He would have never made that. And he made an excited utterance, say to devise him as man. Oh, here's the other problem. He didn't have an adult probably when he was talking. So that might be a fuck up on their part. Hopefully not. But you can't even talk to a kid without their parents. Yeah. Or their legal representative.
Well, when you killed them.
Yeah, I know. And then, and you tell me you were going to kill your dad.
Exactly.
Too.
So how
but you have to call a judge, an on-duty judge, and get somebody to come out there and sit with them while you question them. Yeah. And because they're going to have a problem with that. And they're going to come back and say, he made an excited utterance, which is the proper term. I've used it many times. But I didn't let the motherfucker tell me everything. Yeah. It hit me twice in the back of the head, stabbed her 5 times. They just played him like a fiddle. Oh, really? Yeah, you did it. And what does she say? Why? Yeah. And what'd you say? Pain. And he's going to kill his daddy too. I guess he thought he was living in Beverly Hills and was going to get limos to ride around in and Rolex watches and
what he was thinking.
And all that.
But taking the 9 anxiety pills is not an excuse.
You would think if it was a schedule, like if it was like Xanax or, or Alprazolam, something that's there's different kinds. Yeah, they have the anxieties like Lexapro and the different Celexa and all that stuff that aren't narcotic related.
Yeah.
You can take that shit. It's not going to make you go kill somebody.
Right.
I mean, Xanax is not going to make you kill somebody, make you go to sleep.
Yeah. Exactly.
But he had it on his mind. And all because, well, he says, all because those two douchebags, Eric Lawman and Des, got their own Netflix series.
No, he never said that they abused him. His parents?
No, he just wanted to kill him.
He just wanted to kill him.
Good times in that family home. So, I don't know. There you have it. The two in Wisconsin, and you just did one. The first story you did was from where? It was,
Colorado.
And yesterday you did one from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Today I did two from Wisconsin. And we did two from England today.
Yes.
So tomorrow we'll try to mix it up. More.
Yeah.
Yeah. These were just, I thought, interesting.
Yes.
All right. Well, July the 19th, and we'll give you the full details as soon as we can. July 19th, me live on stage, raw and unscripted. The Patriotic Convicts will get a 48-hour advance purchase on the tickets. And yes, we know they're going to sell out, and it's going to be a good time. But that also, the VIP experience is going to be pretty special.
Yes.
This time. But we'll give you all the details probably next week. The contracts have been signed, but they're waiting on the ticketing system to be updated. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
At the awesome people that are putting it on. And it also falls in the year of the 100th anniversary.
Yes, it does.
Of the institution. So that's going to be kind of cool, kind of special. And I know a lot of y'all are asking about it, so just hold on and we'll let you know ASAP. And April, let me double check. Is it April 8th?
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you if that was a Monday or a Tuesday?
Tuesday.
So let me see.
LSU's playing. I don't remember who, but I do remember.
All right. So the 8th of April at Walk On Sports Bar and Grill. If you're from Louisiana or Texas, they're in all kinds of states now. You'll know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Bistro, I think they call it. Jack and Brandon used to own it, and one of them bought the other one out.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, my buddy Kool-Aid, that's what I always call him, Kevin Garrett. He's the chief of detectives for East Feliciana, and he's friends with the manager. And he's been wanting, to get behind the bar, forever. And the manager's like, you get Woody Overton to come in and do celebrity bartending, and I'll do it. So we're doing it during the middle of the week because they're always busy AF for an LSU game. And we will be there, take a picture, sign autographs, doing whatever, just to get a little public appearance in. And all tips, I will serve you a beer or whatever it is that you want to drink, and all tips will go to the Louisiana Organ Procurement Agency, which they save lives every single day.
And I talked to Lori Steele this morning, and we're working on having someone there signing people up for
Yes, that's right. They're always so good. Mm-hmm. They roll out, they'll have a table set up and all the stuff. I mean, look, it just takes
a minute,
2 minutes. And the chances that you're ever going to be in the process are null and void. And if you are, you're going to be basically dead. It doesn't matter. Right. But I know all these wonderful people who are still alive that I've got to meet, and the heroes' families that, a lot of them take such great solace in the fact that their loved ones went on to save other people's lives.
Yeah.
Captain DeBall's mom, double lung transplant, but like that, and I know you have heard me talk about it, me getting the hunt with the recipient and the donor's family in Wisconsin, and them coming to the live shows and different things like that. And we always raised money for them in the past, but we hadn't done a live show in like 2 years. Right. So this one that we're doing on July 19th, it's going to be something special. Yeah. Old school, raw and unscripted. Pretty sure I'm going to hurt a couple people's feelings.
As long as it's not mine that you hurt.
No, well, it's not going to be yours, but you're not going to know the story either. So, But it's all good, and we love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you, patrons, convicts. Thank you, national sponsors. We're rolling with those. And if you want to be a sponsor, you want us to personally back, which all the commercials I read, we do get the products.
Absolutely.
And I try them. So it's not bullshit. It's not just fluff making $1.
Right.
But we'd much rather do it for people that we have face-to-face contact with. Right?
Of course.
And they can contact you at Cyndi@realliferealcrime.com. You have the full advertising package, everything from demographics to incomes to whatever, all over the nation, not just the state of Louisiana. So other than that, all that good podcaster shit and justice for Haley. You got anything else?
How many more weeks you got us scorched?
Oh, Jesus, I have no idea. I'm going through it, y'all, in the death penalty phase, and it's just so scorched because it's so stupid.
I know, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And I understand why you're doing it, you know?
And when I'm reading that shit, I just want to scream.
Yeah.
And
when I'm editing it.
Are you fucking serious? You asked us, they forget. I mean, did you totally forget this jury sat up there for 3 months, and they got to see the baby Connor's autopsy photos and Lacey's autopsy photos, and this motherfucker did it, and you're trying to talk about this and orphanages in Tijuana. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
all right.
I just want to say, I do want to say this. You are the one that will just kill it and move on to the next. And if you're staying around telling this story, there is a reason, because you're the first to say, F this. I'm not.
Tell you what. I'm really, really afraid of what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And now the Innocence Project being involved, and they got a little bit of victory after all these years because they're getting DNA tested on one piece of tape. Yeah. Not all the shit they requested, but one piece. But boy, they better pray to God it didn't come back to anybody besides Scott Peterson, because they're fucked and he's going to walk. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's it. We're out of here, and I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
We're your host of True Crime Time for Taco Tuesday. We'll holler at you later. Peace.
Owning a boat comes with a number of perks, like being able to fling your favorite fishing rod around. And here's another perk. Geico's boat insurance covers your boat and your belongings. And with specialist support from agents that are as passionate about boating as you are. There's so much value that you'll want to high-five someone. But not while you're holding your fishing rod. That's a prized possession. So hold on tight with both hands and keep it covered through boat insurance. Get more with Geico.